Hayden. Wait, no. Hello, welcome to episode 26 of the Role Slayers podcast. We're going to go fast because we want to play and we don't have much time.
Okay, check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all the social medias, and also on Discord. You can get our Discord link in our Instagram bio and probably other places. I don't know. Eldritch Foundry is where you get custom minis. You can get your own for 15% off using our code RollSlayers at checkout. WorldAnvil.pxf.io/RollSlayers is the affiliate link you can use to purchase a World Anvil and build your own dang world. Our musical partners are Celestial Aeon Project, Scanlan Shorthalt Music, Beyond Skyrim, and Sirenscape. Check all those people out. They are very helpful for creators who need free stuffs to make their projects. And also, what else we got? Is there anything else? There's
Patreon.
Our patreon.com/rollslayers, bonus content from our bonus content creators. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Like and subscribe. Give us a rating on YouTube. Let's play the game. So, last our group of adventurers, the raiding party, left off. They made their way out of the Bronewood, escorting their charge, making their way into the grassy valley between these two ancient forests, eventually coming to the town of Winwoad. And along the way, practicing martial techniques with Zegk. The Highmarshal is kind of incorporating him into this kind of warrior's mentality, respecting Zek's appreciation for it. They made their way east along the road, encountering a group of bandits led by one Bregal, King of Roads.
I really love that you're just fully committed to the kingdom.
So much funnier. I love it. They paid their way to use the King's Road and made their way about 15 minutes down the road before camping for the evening. Waking up early after a conversation between Zai and Visa about some of Visa's experience with various bandits in the past, Zai and the Highmarshal made their way back to the bandit encampment, where they gave the offer of second chances, of vast wealth for these folks to get back on their feet, to rejoin society, or to continue to rob those who came along the road. Some accepted the freedom of new wealth and at least the idea of reintegration into society, if not laying low and spending that money. And some decided that it's just two people, we can take them, we'll rob them, and then we'll keep the money. Those fared less well. They made their way back to the main party, covered in blood, but acknowledged but not spoken about by the party. They made their way for another full day, black smoke kind of churning on the horizon at the end of their day of travel, about 2 days out from Speygrun. We left off with Highmarshal Richter offering a sword to Zegk, asking to spar. So, we pick up He forms a large kind of circle in the dirt of the road where you have plenty of room to circle, to grapple if you need to. And you guys can spectate if you like, but he's not made a spectacle of this. It's quite matter of fact for him. And he's wearing a thick training gambeson as well. He takes like a thick rag and wraps it around his blade to dull it. Encouraging you to do the same, of course.
Which, yeah, Zegk would do that.
Roll initiative.
Is that for sparring?
What you got?
3.
3. All right, looks like Richter goes first on this.
Surprise, surprise.
Shocker. As you guys go into a brief sparring match, he's going to rush forward with his great sword out, and he's going to make 2 strikes at you. These are blunt and won't they're non-lethal, but you can track it for unconscious if you want. One he swings out at you, does a 22 hit.
Mm-hmm.
The other is a 12.
No.
Okay. He swings at you once and clips your elbow, and you take...
Hits me right in the funny bone,
Yeah,
and so my whole arm is like electrocuted on the inside.
Absolutely
I'm like,
it is. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, I guess, as he clips you and then rounds for another stab like you saw him do earlier. But you see him go into this and anticipate his move, quickly countering with the butt of your sword and crossguard and kind of flinging it up out of the way.
maybe can I use like a classic Giphy looking move?
Yeah, you absolutely. It's a little
like
bit
really quick and like kind of like a.
Yeah, it's terse and quick, but you jam it down. Actually, the blade down into the dirt with the crossguard.
I like it.
It's now your turn.
Okay. I guess I will also hit him twice.
Okay, roll to hit twice.
That's a 19.
That'll hit. Just barely. Oh wait, he's not wearing his armor. He's just wearing a training gambeson. That'll definitely hit.
Do I do like my full?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you're not wanting to do actual damage, just don't do your radiant damage.
Yeah. 10.
Okay. You butt him in the follow-up, like you shove the sword down and then quickly, almost savagely, butt him in the stomach, and he stumbles back, grunting. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And then 10.
Okay, 10 points of damage.
No, 10 points of damage, and then the
And
next
then
is
10
a
to
10
hit?
to hit.
Okay. That'll miss, unfortunately, as you go in for another like side swing, kind of chopping at his shoulder. He grabs his sword and yanks it up into a really good T stance and ting, deflects it, resetting himself.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, why do you fight? And then he's gonna come in for another couple swings as he poses that question. That's a natural 20 and a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. Let me roll this. And I'm combining both these strikes into one for just flavor.
Okay.
This was the worst part of D&D.
Just all the math.
Waiting for you to add up the things.
That's
it.
26 points of bludgeoning damage as he
Do the math back.
hammers down on
Watching somebody
your
else do it.
sword that you kind of proffer up, and as he hammers down, he shatters your grip, and it breaks through and just hits you square on the collarbone.
Zegk is hurting.
As he slams it down,
His little 6-foot body is oh, what?
He growls and says, "Why do you fight, Zegk?"
Is that range?
No. He's gonna just like grunt and attack for 23.
That'll hit. That'll very much hit.
For 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. You, as he like slams down into your collarbone, yelling, asking you why you fight, you just grunt and grip your sword and shoulder check him in the like chest, and then swing your sword around and catch him on the thigh pretty hard. And you see him stumble and that's hot.
And then that'll be a 26 to hit.
That'll also hit. Very
Kill
much so. Kill this
Finish
old
him
man.
off right now.
Let's theater.
11.
11 points as you hammer his leg and then follow it up with like a twirling slash across his chest, like hitting from like his collarbone all the way down to his ribs. Blunt by the cloth, but still painful.
Does Zegk say
You don't have a
anything?
welt. No.
Okay.
No.
He stumbles back, looking pretty haggard. Breathes in, and he's going to action surge and make 4 attacks against you.
Zegk's about to pass out.
He's also gonna second wind and get some HP back. He didn't roll very well though.
It's tired. It's old.
He old. But he's gonna make 4 attacks. Let's see how that goes. One's a nat 1. And then 2 are 22.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 is 20. Soft.
Those will hit.
Okay. He makes a flurry of blows at you. You don't expect this old man to move with such alacrity and speed. Even when you were fighting the bandits, it seems like he's been holding back until this point, but it seems like for the first time you're seeing him actually fight with any sort of actual vigor compared to how he has been performing. You take 31 points of bludgeoning damage.
He is not unconscious.
Okay, he starts to hammer you down on your blade as you have it up again to like protect. He hammers the crossguard first, and then he hammers into the middle of the blade. Then he looks like he's gonna hammer again before he switches his grip and flips the hilt up to clock you across the chin. As you're reeling, he slaps you with the side of the blade. Why do you fight? It's gonna end his turn. Oh, he's unconscious?
Yeah.
As you fall unconscious, he catches you. And he says, "No." And he lays on hands.
More.
You get back
Okay.
10 points of damage.
Okay.
As he brings you back. So he slaps you across the face and you start to fall unconscious and you feel this falling sensation. You are stopped and then brought back to consciousness.
Okay. That'll be an 18 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Fifteen.
15 damage. Jeez. You are hurting this fellow.
He hurt me.
He did hurt you.
65 hit points. Like.
As he pulls you back up, your gift senses are fairly alert still, and you slam your fist into his jaw, sending him reeling.
Okay. Oh, 10 to hit.
10 to hit, that'll miss. As you try and follow up with another sword slash, he just gets his pommel in the way and knocks it away, breathing hard. This must mean something. That meant something.
If you truly aspire to honor, if you truly aspire to this life, we must learn things. This combat has to be sacred. Do you understand?
Yes.
And we will see this through.
He goes in for another swing. He's going to make 2 attacks at you. He's going to use one maneuver to try and disarm you. So he's going to do that first. Does a... It's going to hit. I'm just going to... It's going to go ahead and make a... Let's see. Dex save, I believe. Let me see. Strength saving throw for me, please.
22.
He tries to slap the blade out of your hand, doing 5 points of damage in the process. Or sorry, so that no, 8 points of damage in the process. But you are able to grab onto it and hold. He makes another swing at you. It's gonna miss. He swings again, trying to disarm you again, slamming your hand with the blade, trying to break your grip, but is not able to.
Okay. 16 to hit.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
17.
17 points of damage.
I'm not raging, but I'm really close.
You get your blade, and with a quick flurry, you have a quick exchange of blocking, parrying, riposting, and are able to get your fist in and clock him again in the face, but this time across the nose. Blood splatters across his
Been a really good job protecting him.
White beard. Whatever. He wanted to spark.
the blood dribbling down into his beard. Go ahead and make another attack if you like.
Yeah.
We are
16 to
not
hit.
making any money
16
on
will
this.
hit. Go ahead and roll
Oh,
damage.
he's loving this. I am confident in that. 14.
14 damage. You wallop him again on the side of the head with the flat of your blade, and he stumbles, looking like he's about to lose consciousness. It looks like he's got that like boxer gaze where he can see 3 of you. You've definitely got a cloak of displacement.
Am I wearing the cloak? Yeah. Cloak
But
of
it is his
protection.
turn.
Yeah. Just
Right, but because he's dizzy, it looks like.
I guess, okay, I understand.
He's going to make 2 attacks against you, grunting with effort as he moves in to fight. One is a 23 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and one is a 16.
Both win.
Okay.
About to pass out again.
Oh yeah, you
I only have 2 hit
two.
points.
I'm not gonna roll. He looks like he's dazed and busy, and you move in for a final knockout blow. And as you swing, he catches it. He's got the leather wrap on the other side of the blade, catches it and swirls it, and then whaps you right up under the jaw with the tip of his blade, sending you careening back into unconsciousness. As your sparring match ends, he spits blood, breathing heavily, and then brings out some smelling salts. Bringing you back quickly to consciousness. What are the rest of you guys doing as they're just fighting? Are you guys...
Did they walk off?
I mean, they walked a couple minutes away, not maybe 40 feet from camp, and made a big...
Are they visible from
Yeah,
camp?
they're visible, and you can hear them fighting. So you can go peruse this fight, or you can just camp.
Zai would let them have their space. If they walked far enough away to not be visible, I wouldn't walk so I can see them.
They're visible, they're just a distance away from camp,
Oh, then
as to have space to fight.
Okay, then I'd be watching.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely smoking a cigarette and watching. It's 7 in the morning.
It's the evening, actually. But,
7 in the evening.
he calls you up and nods. That was a good fight. Thank you.
Zegk will sharply inhale the salts and be kind of woozy and then like focus in and just kind of like nod.
I follow a code, but I also follow a divine mandate. I am a paladin of Cord, funny enough. The same god the Torvenbergen worship. Different interpretations. But my point, and I think you are aware, is that we must fight and stand for things. It is not enough to be strong, powerful, if it doesn't mean anything. If you wish to be as I am, not a soldier, not a knight, but someone who sticks up for others, then that is what you must learn, and continue to learn day by day.
Zegk will kind of like take a beat, like he's not really sure what to say, and then be like, I am a newer follower of Avandra. I first started wanting to follow that path, leaving my people because of the power that I saw my sister having. But the more I learn from her and the more I see so many different things, I really do want to follow her ways of freedom and also of protecting others' freedom and their ability to make their own choices. So when you're asking me why I fight, I was honestly having to fight the instinct to say for Vlakith. That is our queen of the Gith, and that is a mantra that we say while we are training in the creche. It is ingrained from the moment we are out of egg goop until we are able to go to the astral sea. Is that everything is for Vlakith and for the glory of the Gith, and I don't follow that way anymore, and I'm sort of building the way I want to follow. So I think I do want to fight for others. Maybe those who are not able to fight for themselves. I previously would have thought, well, if you cannot fight for yourself, then you are not worthy to have your life, so it's your fault. But I don't think that's true anymore. So I think that I want to fight for other people's freedoms and to have choice.
That is an acceptable path to walk. A good path, even. But a hard one. I am honored to have shared this journey with you. Especially as we grow near to more harrowing combat. It is nice to know that there are others besides my brothers that still fight for honor in a world that is so lacking. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think I am done sparring for the duration of our journey.
As they were talking, I would have cast a mass healing word and kind of just like said a prayer under my breath, even though they're far away. And they would have each gotten 5 points of healing.
Nice! He's back to 9. You had him. He was at 4 points. Oh, man.
As he's saying, like, I think I'm done for the day, Zegk will kind of, like, wink.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
He just
Hear you.
chuckles wryly and starts to limp back to Tiangrim. If anyone has a passive perception above 13, you see him spit a tooth. And then he goes and brow to brow, just kind of spends time with his griffin, whispers to it, feeds it, seems to be bedding down for the evening. Is there anything else you guys are doing before our long rest?
I'm probably gonna look at the mithril and plan out look at it or study it or try to figure out like how to take it apart gently to make it something that I could wear.
You're thinking of modifying it.
Yes.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check with proficiency, if you don't have proficiency.
I do.
You should, because you are Artificer.
Artificer.
I'd probably see if I can get Zegk to go walk with me and just give me the lowdown on everything that happened.
Easy. And we'll hit that after this.
23.
23. You start to sketch out plans for various disassembly processes of unbinding various plates from the whole of the armor. So, with this plate you have, your cuirass, you have your pauldrons, your vambraces, all sorts of these pieces, and you think that you can easily start removing some of this plating from the various pieces and making it into a suit of half plate if you like. It's just going to take time and energy.
Do I know about how long it would take?
With this plate, it's probably going to take, I'd say 2 weeks of downtime to disassemble.
Okay. And is there anything else I have to finish up after disassembling?
No, you'll be left with just like raw mithril plates that are inert, non-magical now, and then a suit of magical mithril half plate.
Cool. All right.
So you probably will have about 3 ingots worth of mithril at the end that you can melt down. As you are doing this, as everyone's settling in, Zegk, you are asked to go on a walk by your sister.
Okay.
Would you go walk with me, or?
Yeah.
So we go walk and catch up.
Sure. We can handle that off screen if you want, or you can handle
I
that
don't
here.
care.
However you
Have
feel.
anything you want to discuss in
No, she would just want to know, okay, what happened, and get the lowdown, and
Oh, from the fight that morning.
in the fight that after, just all the things.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Just a little heart to heart.
We'll touch base.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we're doing, or are we going into
My hair
watches?
probably needs a
good
retouch after getting knocked out twice.
Things.
If nothing else is happening, let's go into our watches if we are indeed taking watches.
That seems reasonable.
Okay. Who's got first watch?
Zek's gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Mm,
Makes sense.
I will do it.
Okay. So
I'll do it.
Roll. All right. We've got 2 rolls.
22.
Okay. Corey?
14.
Okay. You guys keep a pretty sharp eye out. As the sun begins to set, you do notice a glow on the horizon to the east. Orange, billowing smoke continuing. The winds pick up, and with it, the smell of ash. But no immediate disturbances within your vicinity.
I wonder what's burning over there.
Kind of seems like that's probably Speygrun, no?
Maybe?
Oh, shoot.
That's what I kind of assumed, that we've been seeing the smoke in the exact place that we are trying to travel to. Does not seem like a good sign.
No.
I'm worried that it is the Torbenbergen, and that things are not going to be very good. Should probably rest well and maybe keep a good eye out, because we are getting closer to whatever that is.
Yeah.
It is not still burning, not going out, so it's probably not very good.
Yeah.
You guys make your watch. Comes and goes. Who's got next watch?
I think Visa will probably get up, give Zegk a little more time to sleep.
All right, go ahead and roll perception.
Oh, I roll disadvantage because I haven't got my long rest yet.
15. 15. Smoke persists, but other than that, nothing. Lastly, we have either Zegk or Leaf.
Oh, Leaf, for sure.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
I can get up with you.
Oh, really?
Zek's tough, guys.
I mean, essentially, but. Ooh, 17.
17.
19.
19.
Nothing gets past us.
Upon the coming dawn, in the early wee hours of the morning, the sun starting to rise. Zekk, you feel like you keep a pretty sharp eye out, but Leaf, you see something interesting upon the horizon. Not just the smoke, but you see shadows piercing the smoke, circling. You make out 6, 8, 12, 15 or so of these shapes circling in the air. Eventually one flying close enough to make some form in the distance, dark brown against the horizon with glittering gold upon its back, a griffin.
Look, you see that?
Oh, yes.
That's what they're supposed to look like.
That is so majestic and beautiful.
Yes. Makes you wonder if we got in the right line of work, but I don't know.
That would be really cool.
With all the hacking and slashing, you think you'll join up or something such after all this is done?
I don't know if they will take me. They're not, from here. I don't know.
Well, neither are you. That's what I was thinking.
That is true. Although I don't envy them going into this burning inferno of a city. Does not look good.
No, do I. It seems like, a friend over there hadn't exactly made a secret of it, but these are folks that don't have a whole lot else looking forward, I guess. So,
That is true.
more power to them, and what a way to go out, though.
Yeah.
As morning comes, you guys are able to harness up the donkeys and prepare for the last day of travel to Speygrun. Eventually, upon the road, about an hour or two, you start to make out the shape of the city. The smoke is billowing from. The vague impression is of a massive hill in this region. You see what looks to be like fortifications circling this western side of the hill. But as you get closer, the path winds and winds to the south and then circles back to the north, coming at this kind of the side of this hill from the south. Or from the south. And you realize that the western side is sloping up steep with thick, tall wooden fortifications wrapping around it. And on the other side, a trench cut deep into it and bisecting the hill is a sharp cliff cutoff. It is half of a hill, with it dropping into a trench on the other side. At the bottom of the trench, thick beams of wood spiked a palisade around and another shorter hill leading up to those palisades, heavily fortified. Smoke and fire belches from several buildings upon the hillside, and you see to the east upon the field a massive army, mostly of humans, Torvenbergen warriors, but large trebuchets lit with fire that are fleeing it over the trench and into the city. You also make out a large contingent of elephants, armored. And you see a pike wall standing behind the palisades of golden armor, the gilded lances you encountered earlier, as well as shock cavalry that kind of dip in to these engagements, scattering Torvenbergen as they do so. You see the High Marshal observe this as you're walking north towards the city gates.
Looks like they started without us.
How
Well,
does the tide of battle look?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check, I guess. There's not really a tactics check in D&D, unfortunately.
It's the tide.
Oh, 11.
Can I do that too?
Yeah, you can. You've studied a lot of tactics. I'd have you roll with advantage. This is like your bread and butter.
17.
17. Leaf, hard to tell. Zai, this is protracted.
Sick.
Sick. Zegk, this is a protracted fight. You see that, like, this has been happening a while.
Mhm.
There looks like the battlefield is trampled. There have been surges. There have been tactical retreats. This is a siege. It seems like the soldiers are getting a lot of rest in between. This army's gathered. It's lots of defenses, so they're trying to break through the defenses into the trench and then flood around, is what it seems.
well, shall we to the city? And then you can be paid your gold and be on your way.
Is there like clearly a safe way into the is there a path into the city?
Yeah, so
it's not.
it is this half of the hill that's cut off
Uh-huh.
leads into a trench and army.
Uh-huh.
This other side of the hill is walled with like big wooden palisades,
Right.
but has a functioning gate
Okay.
that you can walk up into. The guards at the gate will stop you at first before seeing a golden armored gilded lance and immediately make way. You make your way into the town that largely, besides the burning buildings, is functional. People are going about their daily lives, not like they're unhindered by the fact that they're under siege, but by the fact that you could tell they're probably used to it. These people live a hard life, but they're not going to let that stop them from living it. You make your way up this steep incline, this winding path to the top of this cut-off hill where there is a large stone fortification kind of built into the lip. You actually do see two towers on either side of this fortification that seem to actually function as griffin roosts. It seems that they have a relationship with the Gilded Lances that at least means that they have accommodations for griffins. And at the front of this fortification, commanding various regiments of messengers, griffin riders, and other soldiers, is a woman in her late 30s, perhaps, quite young for a Gilded Lance, with shorter cut, maybe shoulder-length brown hair, and a large scar that starts at the middle of her forehead and twists down under her eye.
Ooh, cool.
Before cutting off her earlobe.
Ooh, sick.
She's yelling before she sees the High Marshal, and you folks walk up, and she cuts off, and High Marshal immediately goes into a kneel with sword proffered.
Rise. It is good to see you. This is Speygrun, my commandant.
She acknowledges you all before looking back at the High Marshal.
We thought you lost. We are glad to see you. We are in the middle of a skirmish, but of course I will give command back to you immediately afterwards. All is well. I'm grateful I arrived in time. Diangrom had a encounter with a tree.
Nods over to the bird, who's just picking at his feathers before snaps with bird-like intent up to the conversation, hearing its name mentioned. She gives almost as much deference to the bird as she does to the High Marshal before continuing.
This is a hard-fought siege. They have war elephants, likely stolen from the Platinum Sea or some ship bound for New Caldonis or the Apostasy. And trebuchets, which we're used to, but they also have some half-dragon sellswords from Hyadosos. And they brought 4 war priests.
You see him take that in, internalize it, before, under his breath,
Scott. Well, this group delivered me successfully, see them paid, and on their way. Raiding party. It was an honor to travel with you. I am happy for your swift conveyance to me here. I will now fight with my brothers. And if you see it in your path, you may fight alongside us for an extended fee. But you are released of your oath.
clasps each of your hands,
We have not discussed what we're going to do with that.
hands Tiengrim to a groom, and stalks off to take reports from a messenger, leaving you standing next to Commandant Zweigel, pondering your next moves. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Thank you so much.